all the way to Cincinnati, and you're tuning into the Black Fire Radio, and you're listening to tell it to me straight, put the truth on the plate, and let me digest it. What's the situation? We never addressed it. I break down your words, watch me dissect it. I wanna know the meaning, I wanna know the feeling, I wanna know the reason. You've been real from the jump, you haven't met the dance, but you've been real from the get-go. I do appreciate it, sometimes I forget though. I fuck with you there for. Tell me about the future, tell me what's the end goal. We came from the get-go. Tell where we came from. We moved up from stage one. We moved up from stage two. Now I'm in the third base. You was real in the first place. Me, I'm just crazy. Make sure you wait for me. You belong to me, basically. What you wanna say to me? Be patient and wait for me. Be patient and wait for me. Got her with a nice body. Said she got surprise for me. Said she gonna fight for me. There's nothing you can hide from me. I like you for your mind and not your nice body. Wanna spend time and you know time is money. Wanna spend time, you know, girl with a nice body. Says she got surprise for me. Says she gonna fight for me. There's nothing you can hide from me. I like you for your mind and not your nice body. Wanna spend time and you know time is money. Wanna spend time, you my best buddy. Tell me what's on your mind, you need to keep it real with me. Tell me how you really feel. Why does that sound so hard? You got trust cause we were falling in it. So close, be distant with it. I hope that you can find the words. Cause I had desires to be one side of you. I just wanna ride with you, I'm as crazy too. You're gonna be mine in due time, it's so timing. Are you gonna ride for me? Nice ready. Cause I wanna see you winning. Cause I wanna see you smiling. Let me take you to a island. We be chilling, we be vibing. I'm tryna read your body language every time you're silent, baby. Open up your eyelids, can't you see that I'm trying? I know you got some trauma that you're hiding. Life is rough, but we surviving. Know that your temperature rising. You're gonna be mine in due time. It's so time and you gon' ride for me. Nice body. Tell me your mind. Got me with a nice body. Said she got surprise for me. Said she gonna fight for me. It's nothing you can hide from me. I love you for your mind and your nice body. Wanna spend time and you know time is money. Wanna spend time, you know, got me with a nice body. Said she got surprise for me. Said she gonna fight for me. It's nothing you can hide from me. I love you for your mind and your nice body. Wanna spend time and you know time is money. Wanna spend time, you know, that's what. The Black Fire Radio, and you're listening.
Okay. Thank you, everybody, for joining us this afternoon on Let's Pop with me, Ewoton. We'll talk about redefining Africa in different sectors in the social and economical political world. And today we're going to talk about redefining Africa in the music and art industry. I'm so excited to be here today. Thank you so much for the guys who are joining us live on TikTok, live on StreamYard and also YouTube. Thank you so much. You can also share the live on TikTok and invite more people to come and join us. And also download our app on Google Store and also stream live on www.blackhotfinenetwork.com. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you've been having a great week. Super excited to be here. It's a great day to be alive. And I always say that be grateful for today. It was actually my gratitude Wednesday today, being thankful for anything because we complain so much. But what are you thankful for today? And I have an amazing guest today, Miss Ray. I'm really, really excited to have you here. I know you could not make it being here physically, but I'm so humbled that you're here, that you can be able to delve into this conversation in regards to redefining Africa in the music industry. I believe I've seen you in regards to your music, and your art is so different, inspiring. And I'm going to let you introduce yourself to everybody that is listening to us here. welcome to Let's Pop with Ewoton on redefining Africa in the music industry. How are you doing? You feeling better?
A bit. I'm still struggling, but I'm okay.
Oh, nice to see. I'm so sorry. Hopefully next time you'll be here live, but also this counts, right?
Yes, it does. It does.
Yeah, were you like on a show yesterday? Because this happened the last time we were doing a podcast also. But you showed up. You did show
No,
up.
yeah, I did, but I wasn't. I didn't have a show yesterday. I was actually at home.
Right. Oh, so
Mm,
the tonsil just came in. I'm really sorry about that.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much. I hope you're excited about the topic today.
I am. I'm gonna do my best to tell everyone how I feel.
Right. It's actually a conversation in regards to redefining Africa in the music industry and also in the industry. Because in today's
Yeah,
modern world, art is not as static as it used to be, but it has become defined and like a defining moment for many, especially for African artists, right? And with that,
yeah,
we need to redefine what African art or basically music is in our modern society, because moving away
yeah,
from seeing it as like maybe like a let me talk about art like a tourist attraction also, it can be something that speaks to the larger issue of the continent. Do you agree with that in
yeah,
regards to
yeah,
what we face in the social and economic factors in the world?
yeah. I totally agree.
Right. And in regards to the type, I believe you do host live shows, and that's how we met, because I met you
Yeah,
when I was like basically hanging out with my friends, and then my friend actually wanted to do like a karaoke. It was a karaoke show, right? And she
yeah.
was like, "Oh, singing or something like that," and you were like hosting the event, and I really really loved your voice. You were talking about, oh my god, I think I love her voice, it's super authentic, super different. I'm
Thank
like,
you.
I'm gonna say hi to her and just tell her like just keep on doing whatever you're doing. And that's how we met. And how can you really define your kind of music in regards to art, and how authentic it is, because it's so different. It's not like the kind of music that we hear, like the everyday
Yeah.
mainstream. It's like from an authentic part of you. How can you describe it, and how can you say that it defines or relate or talks about some issues that maybe can be able to change the dynamic of what we see in the social and economic factors in the world?
All right. So basically, my music. I'm more into the feely type of music.
Right.
So I'm mainly focused on R&B, but I do also fuse my R&B with other aspects. I don't just stay in the R&B aspect. But
Right.
when it comes to when I write my music, I write what I feel, and I feel like other people might relate to how
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling.
Right.
And it becomes good because once you get feedback from somebody and they're like, you know what, I was actually feeling like that the last time. You feel good. At least you've touched somebody with your music.
Right. Right.
Yes, yeah. So basically, I write what I feel. It's
Mm-hmm.
not. I don't really write so I can hit the mainstream stage.
Right.
I write with what's going on in people's lives, what's going on in my life, what's going on in my
Right.
family's life, you know?
Right.
Yeah, and what's going on in any of my relationships. So that's basically how I define my music.
Right. And do
Mm,
you have like any idea in regards to I believe that right now Africa is
mm,
basically re-emerging in regards to the kind of music that we produce and also create. I can name like Nigeria. In the morning, I was
yeah,
talking about how their film industry has really grown because it helped us know their culture, and they're more into really like understanding their roots and who they are as African women. And Genevieve
yeah,
Nardi really talks about authenticity, because it's
yeah,
like she talks about how many people in the world in the foreign countries are trying to really figure out what Africa is all about, because there's the
hmm,
norm that it's all about traditions and everything like that, but that's really raw and true. It's who we are.
yeah,
And Nigeria as a film industry has really really grown, and it's basically even in the music industry, like I give a clap and kudos to them because they're really, really doing a great work. It's showing
Yeah.
who they are. Also, the film industry is basically so like showcasing what's happening in their government, what's happening in the community, right? Is it a
Yeah.
part that you see the Kenyan industry really growing into that? Because right now we can see Sauti Sol really opened the paveway for many artists to be recognized and
Yeah.
also to really be instilled in their roots, right? Because most of
Yeah.
us, in whatever we've been portrayed for, we try and copy that from whatever is being streamlined on the media, not knowing
Yeah.
who we are and what change
Yeah.
we can portray through music and art, right? Because
Yeah.
we have
Yeah.
so much power if you stand on truth and authenticity. It brings change,
Yeah.
and that's why Sauti Soul is Sauti Soul. And we can see a lot of like Manessa, is it senior Manessa who's really doing great? We can have
Mm,
Nikita Green really standing on who she is. And now on
yeah.
Spotify, it's kind of like the Kenyan music is really growing on Spotify.
Mhm.
Right. So in regards to
Yeah.
this, in regards to how you can see like the music industry, where you featured in, how do you view that and how can your music be embraced in how change or whatever is happening in the generation that we're in, because we lack a lot
Yeah.
of identity. First of all, the most important thing,
Yeah.
it has to talk
Yeah.
about that the identity, because it reflects in our music and everything that we do.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
Yeah.
when it comes to the when it comes to the identity part, we cannot really classify everyone in
Hmm.
one small box.
Right.
Everybody has something to bring to the table in regards to how they feel themselves being authentic,
Right.
how they identify themselves as, you know.
Yeah.
And I feel like right now, with the music industry, the way it's going, it's expanding a lot, and it's giving us the chance to what's it called? I'm looking for this word. The industry right now is giving us a chance to expand as much as we can, and to show people who we feel we are. You know. So when it comes to the identity parts, I think we're still trying to find ourselves, and
Hmm.
we're still trying to figure out like how does everything work, because it's
Right.
a step by step situation. Like, how does everything work? How does this fit into something? We're still
Mm.
trying to find that out. But even as we're trying to find that out, we are building slowly with what we actually
Right.
think, and what
Right.
we actually feel we have to give
Right.
to the table. Yeah. So
Right.
with the expansion, I think it's doing so much for the underground artists. It's
Mm.
doing so much for all those people who haven't been heard, because these guys wanna showcase what they got.
Right.
They wanna showcase what they feel. They wanna showcase how they feel it.
Right.
Yeah. So for us being given this chance, I think it's pretty amazing, and I love it.
Amazing. Thank you so much for that. We
Yeah.
have on the comment Kate Williams. Welcome to the station. Peace, people. Kate Williams says that first time catching you at work listening. Thank you so much for joining us. And Kate Williams is saying, are you trying to dance? It's because I dance in the Vibe show. But no, it's a good conversation in regards to redefining Africa in the music and art industry. There's a question for you here. Is she signed to a
Mhm.
record label? Kay William is asking, are you signed to a record label?
Yes, I am. It's called
Yeah.
Asha Talent Management.
Right. Do you
Yes.
want to talk about it in regards to how they really are they contributing in your music or what you're creating right now?
Yes, they are. We met at was it 2020 or 2021?
Right.
And since then, the backing that the company has given us is amazing,
Mm.
because they even opened a studio for us, so we don't have to keep on paying for studios out there. All we have to do is just show up and do the work. If we need
Right.
videos out there, all we have to do is just ask the company. So trust and believe, they are trying as much as they can to help us.
Right.
Now the only thing remaining is it's upon us to either take the opportunity or not.
Right.
Yeah.
You're there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Right. So it's
Yeah. So yes, I
basically
am signed.
delving.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm.
Okay. And the main conversation that I can say in regards to, I'm all about identity and also
Yeah.
authenticity, because I feel like right now in our generation, there's a lot of
Mm.
copy pasting in regards to what's
Yeah.
being portrayed on social media, and that's making a
Mm.
lot of people or young people who are growing up or coming up really not to understand who they are. Like if we had a lot of
Mm.
people in the music and art industry and they're there, and as you said earlier,
Mm.
it's something that is emerging pole pole, like bit by bit.
Mm.
I feel
Yeah.
like understanding who we are and what we are portraying out there can really um, ground us in to be
Yeah.
able to produce very authentic music. Not because I'm trying to classify anybody in a box, because you cannot do that. I believe that we are
Mm.
all multifaceted human beings. Like
Mm.
we always delve into different sectors or position in terms of music or art.
Yeah.
We always want to try something new, right? But
Yeah.
maybe of the music that is always portrayed in the world focus, I feel like it should focus more on current social economical issues of African countries, and some of these
Mm.
include like maybe corruption or the reliance of the country on importance or gender issues and politics. And
Yeah.
because most music, if we listen, it's all about parties and drinking and that same old. I want to listen to
Mhm.
something that inspires me or challenges me to be better or understand who I am. Or music, I can give a shout out to Calligraph Jones and also Sauti Soul.
Yeah.
They've sung a song regarding on these social economic issues of African
Yeah.
countries, right? So, and I
Yeah.
feel like showing these issues to the world from the perspective of an artist who lives
Mhm.
in or is from the country through sorry is from the country, it throws new light
Mhm.
on these issues, right?
Mhm. Yeah, it does.
right and right, and also the artists who often like imagine their countries in like in a different light. I can
Mhm.
name as I named earlier, like Sauti. So we have also what do we there's a group that I don't know if it's Cardinali. I'm not sure, but it's a Kenyan artist that I was
Mhm.
introduced to. Yeah, their work
Mhm.
like reimagines like Kenya through a different lens. If you can be able to
Mhm.
showcase your music or your art, that can be able to help people to see Kenya through a different light while still focusing on these issues in the country, like it can
Mhm.
really draw a huge difference for Kenya also. Also for many people to
I agree.
understand, right? Africa and who
Yeah.
we are. Because I believe Africa is the new hotspot in everything.
It has always
Because
been the hotspots. It has always been the
yeah,
hotspots.
yeah, it's so
The
true.
thing is, it's always been the hotspot because first of all,
Right.
we have always had our culture behind us. We
Yeah.
have always had, we have, we have so much more than the outside countries
Right.
have,
Right.
and that's why even now you find guys from outside are flocking to Africa.
Mhm.
Why?
Yeah.
Because it has been a hotspot, but they're only knowing it now.
Yeah.
Because what's the news stations from outside like CNN, all they portray are the bad sides
Mhm.
of Africa,
Yeah.
like the struggling sides. They never really showed the good sides of it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And now with everyone just coming in slowly, they finally see, oh, by the way, this is actually a nice place to be in, you know?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like in different art and music, the music industry, it's
Mhm.
beautiful music. Like yes, fun, good energy. I feel
Yeah.
like it's also an opportunity if someone who's been
Yeah.
blessed in such a position to have a platform to really portray what's really happening. As I said earlier, like the conversation that I was
Mhm.
having, to really what's
Mhm.
happening, and also to open the minds of the youth in regards to what's happening in the social economic world in Kenya, because
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like the government is not really sidling fans into the music
Mhm.
industry. But thank God for
Mhm.
social media, right? Like now,
Yeah.
there's no excuse. If you really want to talk about anything, you can basically portray it in form of art. You can really portray it in the form of music. And I feel like
Mhm.
unity, like if we come together and having the same
Mhm.
mindset, that can really help. And that's a challenge that we're not ever united. It's always like a competition,
Yeah. It
which
is,
is,
and that's the problem that we have.
yeah,
That's the biggest problem we have as a country. I don't
right,
understand why I have to compete with you while our journeys are different. We can just work together and just get to that place together, you know? It's gonna be
right,
much better if we get there together instead of competing,
mhm,
hurting each other while we do that. It's
right,
kind of sad when you think about it, because my motto is I keep on saying all we need is love, but we don't
right,
have it. We don't have it. We
right,
have so much hatred. We have so much competition. We have um people. Some people want to be seen as bigger than the others. They want to be
right,
seen as more important than the others, which is kind of sad because we're all the same.
right,
Maybe not in our social status, but we're all human beings. We all bleed the same
right,
color. So all we have to do is just love each other, you know?
right.
Yeah.
And that's with me and you, like in whatever platform that we have, right? Like talking
Yeah.
about doing this, like for
Mhm.
you in your music, literally, or for me in my podcast, or also being in this platform right now. Because what
Yeah.
Africa is really known for is like it's Africa. It's always known as a land of political troubles, but it can be known as the land of change and vibrancy. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
True.
Basically, it is the hope that allows us to redefine the viewpoint of African music and art. Like the artists
Mhm.
really she can really embrace the problems of the continent and give the viewers
Mhm.
a positive, better future to look forward to, like hope through art, through
Yeah.
music.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
and
also
also,
one thing,
uh-huh,
like one thing um I've gone through when it comes to the whole art situation, the music situation. When we go to, let's say, like a live performance or karaoke,
right,
we've had so much problems when it comes to who we're working for and when we're working for them.
right,
We don't even get the support that we want to have from these guys. And the worst part is, some of them
mhm,
assume that this is just something you wake up and you just do. You know,
right,
this is an easy thing to do. Not
right,
understanding how much trouble we're going through behind the scenes to actually make this work. You know.
right, right,
So even the support from our own people, from our own
right,
employers, will
right,
actually go a long way. It will go a
definitely,
long, long way.
right.
Yeah.
That is so true. And I can read through the
Mm.
comments here. Kay Williams is asking, do you have a single out now or a video out now?
Well, I do have. Well, I started as a group. We were a group of three. Then we went to a group of two. Right now, I'm a solo artist. I do have a
Right,
song on YouTube called "Found Me." You can
right.
jump in on YouTube and search for Ray Found Me. You're gonna find my first single. But I'm dropping my EP soon, so stay
Hey,
tuned.
amazing. Congratulations, girl.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you.
great. And we also
Thank
see
you.
also another question. Kay Williams, he basically agrees on what we were discussing about right now. Kay Williams says
Yeah.
that all I see over here in America is the bad side of Africa, but with the internet
Mm.
out now, we see different things, and that's so true. And it's amazing how
Yeah.
they basically showcase the negative part of Africa. That is really sad because that's not
It
it,
is sad. Mm-hmm.
right?
It
And then
is
Big
sad.
Cheese says here she's 100% correct. Our fight is not against each other. That is true. It's never against each other. It shouldn't be
Mm-hmm.
like against each other because we are all
Exactly.
one people, right? As Keith always says, we are all the same. We might have different countries, but we are all Africans facing the same
Mm-hmm.
problems, fighting the same
Yeah.
action, right?
Yeah.
Right. And also, I feel like what is portrayed on the social media or the music industry is it can be a part of the social change that modern African artists can be inspired from. Because seeing
Mm-hmm.
the music industry or seeing the new music that we can portray whatever we're going through, whatever we want to see in the future, in regards how the world
Yeah.
can be, in regards how the music industry can be, and also in regards how Africa can become an independent country, can also
Yeah.
help investors to address the change that needs to happen in the continent.
Yeah.
Because these
Yeah.
investors and
For sure.
visitors, yeah, may have a better platform to enact this positive change and can show the world what is happening in Africa from the point of
Mm-hmm.
view of African people because of what we're
Mm-hmm.
showcasing, right? And I feel like
Yeah.
social change can only happen if everyone is aware of the problems, which is one of the goals of the young artists today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
And not only just being aware of the problem, it's
Right.
actually talking about it. I
Right.
think the biggest problem that we have is the fact that, yes, we know where the problem is, but we're not doing
Right.
anything about it. We
That is
just
so true.
go back we just go back home to our small cocoons and we're like, it
Mm,
is what it is. But no, we cannot keep on saying that.
mm,
We're the only ones who can start making the change by actually talking about it and making sure that
right.
everybody knows the problems that are going around, instead of
Right.
just keeping it to ourselves and being it is what it is, because that's not right.
Right. That really happens, as you've
Mm,
said, Ray. We really
mm,
do not put any action into basically changing things. And you can see also many people like the who's and who's in the music industry. Yes, they're talking about it, but are they doing anything about it? Or is just like something like a lullaby just singing, but nothing really happens.
mm-hmm,
But I feel like maybe they're wondering, like creating ecosystems, like the small
mm,
communities, because it always goes hand in hand. Do you think you're in an ecosystem or you're creating a community of people to really understand your music? Because, as I say, fun and good energy and good vibes, it's really good.
yeah,
But we
yeah, it
use
is.
this to really portray what's really happening and what's going on in regards to what the youth are facing, in regards to unemployment, in regards to what's being portrayed on social media, in regards to we need entrepreneurial skills, organizations to really come up, and the
Mm,
government to really invest in this because a lot of young people are really, really talented and they have gifts. Some do
mm-hmm,
not really know where they fit in, but if they have that direction, they will definitely delve into it. We always have like free
mm,
online classes online on Udemy,
yeah,
edx.com that can really help in learning skills. Kids says like
mm,
everybody should be a critical thinker, and also for my question is like not everybody can be a critical thinker, honestly.
yeah.
And
It's
how can we
true.
go right? How can we go like helping such people?
Yeah,
Africa has the best, smartest people in different sectors, but the
yeah.
opportunities or the position for them to be the change they need to be is not there.
Mm, true. That's simply because, yes, I get that going to school was something important, but
Right.
if you look at it in another perspective, what exactly did we learn in school that helps us outside here? The
I'm
important
sorry.
things.
Mhm.
Sorry, my dog is just Quincy. Wait, wait.
Yeah, Kay William was asking, is that a dog in the studio?
Yeah, that's my dog. She's a little bit loud sometimes. Quincy,
Right.
stop it. All right. So what was I saying? I spaced out. All right. Yeah, I was talking about the teachings that we get when we're younger. Yes,
I'm
learning
sorry.
about chemistry, physics, that's also good. But
Mhm.
how about you
Right.
teach me how to live, how to survive, how to think smartly, how to work smartly instead of working harder? How about when I
Mm,
finish school, you give me an opportunity to actually showcase my talents? Not just
mm,
because I have papers that say I passed high school campus, that I actually know what I'm doing. Like, give me an opportunity to show you what I got, to showcase what I got. Then you judge by my work?
right.
Yeah, so we don't get that more often. It's like let me give you an example.
Right.
When there's some places when we're going to host karaoke, the first
Right.
thing they ask is, so do you have a large following that's gonna come and fill my club?
Yeah.
First,
Right.
first of all, my job there is to host, not to be a marketer.
Right.
Unless you
It's so
want me to be
true.
a marketer.
Right.
But now, since you went to my Instagram page and saw maybe I have less than 5,000 followers, you just
Yeah.
assumed that I don't know how to
Yeah.
do my job, that I
That
don't
is
know
so
how to
true.
do it. Instead of just giving me the chance to showcase it first, you
Right.
completely assume, and you go for somebody who has extra followers because you want that money to come to your pocket, which is understandable.
Right.
But if you give everybody an equal chance to showcase what they got, you can find so many people out here that have not been able to show the world what they can do. You can find
That
a
is
lot
so
of
true.
talents. Yeah.
Right. I
So that's
agree with
basically
you.
what we struggle with. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that is so true because nowadays it's all it's work. I definitely understand that it's business, but
Yeah.
also maybe this person who's coming to you might be the next great thing. They all just need your support. But we
Exactly.
definitely go straight in and look at the numbers and what they have on their social media. But we forget that
Mhm.
maybe this person just needs one person to really put them in that position where they can really advocate this and it becomes something else. Because I
Yeah.
believe, like, right now, Africa, there's a term that I got, and it
Mhm.
basically describes Africa as the Afrofuturism that is emerging or emerges from Africa.
Mhm.
It's basically
Mhm.
Africa as it described Africa as being a part of the cyberspace industry, which might boom
Mhm.
in recent years. So they describe it
Yeah.
as Afrofuturism, which is so true. And the
Mhm.
fact that this is evolving in
Mhm.
music and art, the
Yeah.
dynamism of the African art revolution, it is in the ever evolving nature that it will draw tourists and investors in from other countries, not to really like holders or supporters, but they can help to
Mhm.
change the way the West views both traditional and modern African music and also art.
Yeah.
While we
Yeah.
really try to move away from seeing
Mhm.
Africa music and art as a tourist, mostly art. I can let me put this in terms of art as a tourist art. That people should definitely come in and see this, or just watch this, or analyze this. It can really be
Mhm.
drawing more tourism into the country. It will be just be as a plus for them to really come and say, "Oh,
Mhm.
this is what Africa is all about." The music really defines who
Yeah.
they are, tells us the story of
Mhm.
who they are, by to help basically help the economy and the artists build awareness. I am
Yeah.
just into how the future will be, and the future is basically you and me, Ray. Right? You've been
Mhm.
such a
Yeah.
support system in regards to like whatever you're doing, whatever I'm doing, and I feel like if you see this from a hope factor, it will really emerge. It doesn't matter right now, but it's the small effort that we put every day. I always say that
Yeah.
a trinklet of or a droplet of water will always create an ocean. So that talks about
Yeah.
consistency and basically understanding your authenticity and not looking at the left or right or what other people are doing. Because
Yeah.
if you go to the factor of fame and just being heard, it will not
Mm-hmm.
really make a difference because you'll get managers or record labels that will definitely define what you're supposed to sing, how you're supposed to do your
Mm-hmm.
art, and hence you'll not
Mm-hmm.
focus on basically who you are or what you really want to produce. And that's why I really
Mm-hmm.
respect your music and your art. And your voice is amazing, really. And I
Thank
hope that
you.
you are
Thank you.
inspiring or creating an ecosystem or community that is really
Yeah.
pushing for authenticity in the African music.
Yeah. I am. I am. I'm pushing
Right,
for. I like doing music with people that are also not known. You see, like when I go to
right,
my shows, I find so many underground artists. I'm like,
right.
okay, you also sound good. We can actually do something. And you know,
Mm,
it's a win-win situation because we get to help each other out. So
right,
if we can also as a country find a way to work with each other just like that, we will go
right,
so far, and the future
right,
will be so hopeful that even when our kids come in, we'll have
right,
paved
mm,
such a long as large way for them
right.
to showcase themselves as well.
It's so true. Talking about the next
Yeah.
generation, like the fact that you're thinking about that, it means that you're basically futuristic because most of us are not
Mm.
thinking about the next generation and the way that we're going to pay for them. Because
Mhm.
whatever we're creating, producing right now is what they're going to walk into. And
Yeah.
it's all about changing mindset because the mind is
Mhm.
everything, just
Yeah.
changing mindset because there's a lot of distraction on what's being streamed on social media, which is really
Yeah.
affecting a lot of talented, gifted people here in Africa. Because we were
Yeah.
saying that Africa doesn't have anything, we don't have anything to offer, we just want to be like the
Mhm.
West and portray whatever they are. And the beautiful thing or the fact is they know what they're doing, they know who they are, or they're trying to do that,
Mhm.
right? But we're trying to
Mhm.
copy
Mhm.
paste from people who have already created their own ecosystem and community, leaving who we are and our true identity of who we are as African,
Mhm.
beautiful, beautiful,
Yeah.
gifted, and open minded people in regards to learning. You
Mhm.
also talked about the educational system, which I was talking about in the morning. It's so sad
Mhm.
that we're not taught that. The West, they
Yeah.
teach their kids or kids in school in terms of talent, really grooming them in the path that they're really, really talented in, or they see like this can really pave a way for my kid. They really invest in
Exactly.
that, which our educational programming system is not advocating for, which is really sad.
Yeah. It is. It is. Because even
And
growing up,
right,
it was so hard. It was so hard me trying to express myself in music, and that's the only way I knew how.
right,
Because even my family didn't want me doing music. My dad did not want me doing music. He
right.
hated the fact that I chose music above my studies. But
Wow.
what he did not see is the fact that I'm actually good at it. What if you
Mm,
just give me the backing system? I would
it
actually
is
go
true.
so further than I am right now, you know?
Right,
But the
right.
fact that the fact that we only push our kids to go straight to books and books alone, disregarding the fact that if your child has a talent, if your child is a great swimmer, he might become the next Michael Phelps. Who knows?
So
If your
true.
child is a great driver, how about you focus on that instead of
Yeah,
forcing our kids to do
yeah.
something that they really don't want to do, you know?
Right, right.
Yes, so we need to usher in the culture of learning our children and learning them well, like what do they want to do, what are they good at, where can I
Right,
focus all my energy on, you know? we need
right.
to we need to now bring in the culture of doing that, which
I
is something that we
definitely
never got from our parents.
so true, so true. Like
Yeah.
parents, I believe it's what, and I'm going to say this again, it's what has been showcased to us. Like, I'm always portraying or I'm clapping and I'm supporting education is really, really important, right?
Yeah, it
But
is.
also the fact that our parents, they only know like the only way to success is education. If you don't have education, like you're nothing. And there's this attitude or the way the society and community views you if you're not
Yeah,
focusing on your education. And also these are also certain type of way they portray you. If you're focusing into art and talent, it's like you're not doing anything with your life, which is really
yeah,
sad.
it is.
Yeah, I can see Kate Williams here say that is true. In order for things to change, people must take a stand. That is true. Kate Williams also says Africa will advance when they get rid of those puppet leaders. Do you agree with that?
Thank you. Yes, I totally agree.
Right.
Because they're not helping us. They're not helping us. No lie.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Especially now, honestly speaking, even if we have so much that, like for me, I have so much that
Mm-hmm.
I'm dealing with. I have to pay my rent. I have to feed myself. I have to feed my dog and cats. And when I go
Yeah.
to like when I leave the house, I start thinking about how many things I have to do. Food is already on the rise. Fuel is already on the rise. I'm already being taxed for everything. Like, how is that helping us as a country?
It's so true. It's so
Like,
true.
all they're doing is pulling us back.
Mm.
They all need to go. All of them. They need to all go. We need people who are gonna stand with us. They don't
Yeah,
have to hold our hands. All they have to do is just give us a backing as a country. Show us that you got us as a country, you know?
it's so true. It's so true.
Yeah.
And the fact that we both know this, it's amazing that the youth don't really know this. You know, we're full of
Yeah.
ignorance. Like we don't really want know what's going on. Like we talk about
Mhm.
taxes, talking about everything that is put on our shoulders, but we're just taking it because we're really, really not focusing on these things. You're just going through life, and it's sad when because when you stand from a distance, you actually view things, or if you walk, you're like, this is not right. And I
Yeah.
believe in unity, and I feel like if we come, if you get unified, if you unified as a whole, and all this is about
Mhm.
educating the youth or our peers, also our community about this. I believe
Mhm.
we can change this. Honestly, we can change what's going on in the music industry, what's going on in the
Yeah.
agricultural sector, in the fashion industry. But it's really growing at the same time. But can we
Mhm.
do more in regards to those people who have not been recognized, who are putting in the work, giving them that those platform, or also educating the ones who really desire to walk in their gifted lane? You know?
Mm. Yeah. Like we
Yeah.
we do need a lot. We need a lot. And what we need to stop we need to be united, yes. And what we need to stop as a people is the it is what it is mentality. That is what is killing us.
Yeah.
Mhm. We need
Because
to
our
take a
leader,
stand.
it is true. Our
Mm.
leaders are basically, and we are like with my colleague, Joby. There's a time we were watching a video of the deputy president encouraging us to
Mm.
travel to foreign countries and just. I'm not. I love everybody. I kudos to all the intermarriages going on, but the
Mm.
fact that he was
Yeah.
encouraging us to go out there and just get married and just bring the kids or the people back here is like why
Mm.
encouraging us to leave the country. Why can you not basically offer better education here in regards to us to go study abroad? They have the best
Exactly.
university in terms of music or fashion. Why not have such educational systems here or colleges or universities in Africa?
Mm.
Because it's possible.
It is possible.
Yeah,
We
as
have
Kay
the
was
people, we have the land, we have everything that we actually need.
it's so true,
Why you yeah, it doesn't make sense you're making us go outside just to study these things while we can do it here.
right?
Mhm.
It's so true because it doesn't really add up because the fact that he's going to remain here, obviously, building or
Mhm.
supporting communism, that's what's happening really.
Mhm.
The fact that we're not
Yeah.
having support in different sectors in the youth or the industry that talks about different industries in Kenya, it's because
Mhm.
they portray these like something which doesn't really add up or doesn't bring change. But I feel also it's the fear that um, it can bring change. Like music, it's such a vibrant platform or space
Yeah.
where a lot of communication, a lot of knowledge, and can be really advocated for.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's why I'm advocating for Africans or Kenyans to really walk in their true authenticity and understand
Yeah.
it's not a one day thing like you just basically wake up and you're like, you know what, I know who I am. It is a process. Like the fact that you're
Yeah.
asking yourself that question, that's the process. And with time, you
Yeah.
basically understand your purpose, your vision. And as I said earlier,
Mhm.
we are all multifaceted human beings. You cannot
Yeah.
box anybody in one sector like this is what you should do. It's always a
Mhm.
process of understanding who you are. We're all emerging in different phases in our life. Like you feel like I feel in this season I'm supposed to talk about this or delve into it, and that's okay. Right. Thank you so much for
Mhm.
everybody joining us live on TikTok. Julie McConnell, thank you. General Mosquito for joining us. I can see Fritter. Thank you so much. Catherine, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you. And also, you can download our app on Google Store and also um, watch us live on StreamYard, www.blackhotfirenetwork.com. And also follow us on all the social medias where we're talking about redefining Africa in the music and art industry. And how can we be able to do this? We have our beautiful, amazing guest, Miss Ray, who's a nerdist. I love her authenticity and what she does in regards to changing the music industry by being authentic. So we're almost actually closing down, but before we do that, we will delve into the kind of music that you're hoping to see emerge. Because we have the mainstream music about the normal love and everything, but I
Mhm.
think it's time we should really showcase what's really happening in the government. As youths, we can definitely do that. And people who have that platform in different areas, we can definitely do that. And it will
Yeah.
create or it will basically wake a lot of young people to what's happening.
Mhm. That's true. That's true. I think again, the more united we are, the
Yeah,
better it is for them to actually listen. So us
right.
as musicians, and I talk about me myself as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in fact, I'm trying to bring as many artists as I can, and we
Mm-hmm.
come together and create something that everybody can listen to and relate to and can actually learn from.
Right.
When it comes to if it's something that you already know or you don't know, at least for us musicians, we speak through our music.
Right.
It's kind of hard to speak through words, but we speak through our music. So
That's true.
I want to use this platform to create awareness
Right.
and
I love
to force people to leave their arrogance and ignorance behind, because it's
right.
time for us
Yes.
to actually stand. It's time
Yes.
for us to do something, because if we don't do it now,
Right.
what are we leaving the next generation with?
Right.
Like,
Right.
yeah, like what was our purpose for being here? When we leave the next generation, it's gonna be so sad because we just sat back and watched things happen
That
instead
is
of doing
true.
something about it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we need to do
And
something about it.
which you're basically doing, and that's a way to start because, as you said earlier, we're just sitting down and also just taking it lightly. The fact that I cannot make a difference, or self belief. That's what we don't have. It's like I'm
Mhm.
just like, I don't have a group, I don't have numbers, but it just starts with you and your peers. That's when the conversations
Mhm.
start. Like, we are the change you need
Yeah.
to see in the office where you're working, in the market, right, where like the people sell groceries there. Someone there can just start a community or an ecosystem. Wherever you are in
Mhm.
the fashion industry, it just starts with you making a point to, like, you know what, whatever I'm creating, whatever I'm producing, I'm gonna impact what's going on in our country, the social and economic sectors of the world, what's happening in the government.
Yeah.
You may not have the
Mhm.
confidence to really speak it out, but you can show it through
Mhm.
your art, and people are gonna relate to this. I definitely
Yeah.
believe in that so much.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, and the fact
That's
that
basically
people,
what we need.
sorry,
No, I'm saying that's basically what we need.
it's so true. But
Mm.
the fact that also people, I think people really have a lot of excuses, even in the art or media um, factors
Mhm.
in regards to music, that um, we don't really have the platform or the mentors or anything like that. If you don't get a mentor, I think you can really mentor yourself. Like, you can encourage yourself into doing better, and you can become someone's mentor because you are trying
Yeah.
to analyze, what am I bringing to the table? What am I doing with my platform? What is my
Mhm.
music talking or portraying to the people who are listening to this? And I feel like a lot of people don't really ask themselves this question as earliest
Mhm.
as uh, they don't really ask these questions. But now we have the likes of Osman Masharia, who's really doing amazing things in the art section. Like, his
Yeah.
art is all about he's a photographer, right? And he's
Mhm.
showing Kenya through a different lens, as I said earlier. While he's still
Mhm.
focusing on the issues in the country, his work has been a huge draw for Kenya tourism, as many art
Mhm.
collections enjoy his quickie take on the society and political climate.
Mhm.
He talks about what's happening and also brings the beauty of art into this, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. I'm going to read like a short article into this, and then we're going to delve into our last part of this in regards to what's happening in the music industry here in Africa. It's your lovely host, Ewoton, with my beautiful, amazing guest, Miss Ray, on Let's Pop here on live on TikTok and Black Hot Fire Network. Please share the live and invite people to join us, and also download our app on Google Store and stream live on StreamYard, www.blackhotfirenetwork.com, and join in this conversation. The article says that in Cape Town, there's an article that opened in Cape Town 2017, and it says that it is an art museum that focuses on showcasing African and South African art. The curator and owner of this exciting establishment saw a niche in the art market on the African continent and decided to create a space to display the art that was being made by contemporary African artists. This museum is part of the social chain that modern African art inspires. Seeing this art in a museum will help investors to address the change that needs to happen in that continent. It only started with one person or a program that they say, you know what, we can create and display, create a place where we can display our art, where people can really come and see what's really happening in our country. That's South Africa.
Oh no, what happened? Just lost my connection.
It's not your connection. It's her connection went down.
Sorry?
I said it's not her connection. I mean, it's not your connection. It's her connection that went
Oh,
down.
oh, I thought it was mine.
No, no, no. It's theirs in the studio. So
Alrighty, say less.
exactly. This should go. Exactly. I think
S-
I think she's back. Let's see here. Yeah, she's back.
y-
All right.
Yeah. Oh, there.
Sorry
All,
about that.
all right,
Uh,
Ewoton, you're back. I had to
Yeah, I'm
stand in for you. I see you went down. I was out here doing something. I see you went down, and your guest a little
yeah,
confused. She thought it was her, and I had to let her know it wasn't her. It was you.
right.
It
Sorry
was
about
it
that,
was
Ray.
it's the bad
nah, no
internet I'm
worries.
paying. It's the bad internet I'm paying for in Kenya. It's that bad African internet.
Not really, Keith.
It's that bad African internet. I'm getting scammed.
You see, that's what Africa is known to be like. You want to portray something different about
Yeah.
Africa. Through music and art.
Uh, but go ahead, ladies. I'll let
Alrighty.
you go ahead, ladies. I'll let you go. I'll let you get back to your
Thank you,
conversation.
Keith.
All right.
Okay, thank you, Keith, for keeping company in regard to the conversation. Mr. Sorry about that, but we were talking about portraying what's happening in the social and economic world in terms of using art in displaying that, for letting also the foreigners, even the investors, to know what's happening in Africa, what Africa is all about through music. Since you're a part of the music industry or a part of one of the artists, I believe you can give us such a bits and pieces on how you can be able to do this and also create an ecosystem before we close down.
Um, with what I do, I make new connections everywhere I go.
Nice.
If I'm gonna be performing in Nairobi, if it's a new place, I always try and make connections wherever I go, and that's how I build
Right.
my community slowly.
Right.
So basically, that's what I do. And when I find other artists just like me, I always want to work with them. If I find writers, I always want to work with them because everybody has something to bring to the table. And if we help each other,
Exactly.
we can make it work.
It is true. We can make it work. It's all about self belief
Yeah.
and unity, and that's basically
Mhm.
seeing the future and how it can be. But I like the fact that you talked about the
Mm.
next generation. That's something which can really, really push you to be consistent because you're fighting for
Yeah.
yourself also and also for the next generation, for them to see something different,
Yeah.
right? And for them to live in their
Yeah.
true identity, Africans, not trying to
Yeah.
be something else or whatever is being showcased or portrayed to us, because that's an identity
Yeah.
crisis which can
Mhm.
also affect it was affecting our music before. Now that we can see Nigeria really doing something beautiful, Kenya, thanks to I think I'm mentioning
Mhm.
this so much, Sauti Soul really opened the pathway for us to be authentic
Yeah.
in our music in terms of
Yeah.
just singing about our roots, what's happening in the country, also in our language also.
Yeah.
Well, here she's the singer. Why doesn't
Yeah.
she? Why doesn't she favor us with some acapella or something?
I do.
Sorry, Keith.
I was saying, since she's a
Mhm.
singer, why doesn't she favor us with a little bit of her voice, some acapella or something? Oh no! Oh,
I'm
she's
already,
sick. Okay. Oh,
yeah, I'm
oh,
already
you're sick.
struggling here. Yes,
All right. All right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put you in the spot. I didn't know you was. I didn't know you was sick. So my fault.
that's why I couldn't come to the
That's why she couldn't
studio.
come to this,
I don't know about ear
But
time.
the next,
but she
but the next
Sometimes it's
time I'm
better
there,
like
I'm gonna
that.
can
give you
barely
a
sing.
snippet.
Sometimes it's better
The
like
next
that.
time, the next time I'm in the studio, I will give you a snippet.
Okay.
I'll
Okay.
actually give you a snippet
Yeah.
of my unreleased song. So yeah, stay tuned.
Okay. Then I'm looking forward to that. I put that on.
Alrighty.
I put that on. I
Yes.
put that on my schedule.
Say less.
Alrighty. Thank you so much, guys, for following this topic, redefining Africa in the music and art industry. It's been amazing with me, Ewoton, here in Let's Pop, and my beautiful, amazing Ray, my guest Ray, who was on the stream here today. She couldn't to be able to make it today because she had tonsils, but next time she's gonna be here, and we're gonna have a really deep conversation on how we can be able to portray our roots and our identity through music and art, which is something that a lot of Africans are doing right now, but making it the norm is the main issue. But we'll be able to find solution by being the change that we need to see in the world. Thank you so much for guys following us here live on TikTok. Kindly download our app on Google Store and also stream live on StreamYard, www.blackheartfanetwork.com. Follow us on all the social medias, how you can be able to understand what's happening in Africa and how we can be able to live in our true authenticity and basically stand on truth. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you. Thank you, Keith, for joining us. We really appreciate you. Thank you, Ray. Hope you're going to have a beautiful
Thank
afternoon
you
and
for
hope the
having
next time
me.
you're going to be here in the studio.
Yes, for sure. Thank you so much
All
for having
right.
me.
Sure, anytime. Take care. We're going to talk later about everything. Bye.
Alrighty. Bye.
Let me tell you, take care of yourself and go drink a lot of honey and water. That's supposed to be good for the voice. What do
Yeah,
I know? I don't think. Anyway, what the
it
hell do
really
I
helps.
know?
Actually. It does
Huh?
help.
You know, have you taken it, Ewoton? Have you taken honey and water?
Alrighty, kid.
Have you taken it?
I
Okay.
I have before. Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
good.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Talk your
Just making
shit.
sure.
Talk it. Oh,
Oh my
I,
god.